Be not afraid of greatness.
Some are born great.
Born great.
Born great.
Some achieve greatness.
Achieve greatness.
Some achieve greatness.
And some have greatness thrust upon them.
But what if some who would be great are just waiting to hear those words, or to be able to write our own words? What if a playwright from centuries past can impact our present and inspire our future? Because if we knew the timeless truths in the tales he told, we would know that we too have greatness within us.
I think the thing that I found most surprising was just the way that classmates have never really had the experience with Shakespeare before. Their faces would just light up when they would click with something or when they would start to realize they could have fun with language that was more than 400 years old.
Now, you don't very often hear the words excited and Shakespeare in the same sentence. That's what this program does for our students. It not only gives them a love of the language, but it also helps them see why we still look at Shakespeare today.
Shakespearean and other classical texts rise from the pages of history to impact students who may think of text as just a message on our phones. Before we meet the teaching artists of the Warehouse Theater.
What the Warehouse Theater program does for my students is help make the text more accessible to them, more relatable to them as high school students. It gets them up out of their seats and engaged with the text.
Arts education is linked to gains in cognitive ability, critical thinking, reading skills, and even math scores. A recent study found that students involved in drama performance coursework outperform our peers on the SAT.
I make a big pitch every year to my middle and high school department chairs about how much they want this program to come into their schools because it turns the light bulb on for their students.
The Warehouse Theater teaching artists engage students in 3 areas of focus. There's This Wooden O, customized for individual classrooms. Educational touring performances that expose students to live theater. And applied theater programs that partner with school and community groups, using the art of the past to awaken the artists of the future.
I liked theater beforehand, but I more so liked going to the theater and seeing plays. But actually being a part of, doing the improv and learning how to write scripts, I really want to be like a drama teacher when I grow up.
1, 2, 3. My mistress with a monster is in love. Good job.
Named in honor of what Shakespeare called his circular-shaped globe theater, This Wooden O programs reach over 3,000 students a year in 50 Greenville County classrooms and are expanding into districts throughout South Carolina.
My students' lives have been enhanced through the Wooden O program because I can tell that they think about it often, not just in the time that they're here doing it. They'll come back to me a year later and they'll make a comment or they'll say something they learned in the Wooden O. They'll quote Shakespeare, and it's really cool because I can tell that they think about it every day.
This Wooden O mainly targets middle and high school students, but also brings Shakespeare to 3rd graders who are in the Gifted and Talented program.
When they have an actual actor who comes out and they interact with him, they feel like it's a movie star. They listen in a different way, they remember it in a different way than they do just the lessons we do every week. So it's really special for them.
Hello. Are you ready? Oh, hello. Oh, hold on.
These are the queen's names.
I've been informed.
Reaching beyond Shakespeare, This Wooden O teaching artists also customize studies of other playwrights and novelists with the same energy and skill.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
The Warehouse Theater not only brings theater to the schools, it invites schools to the theater, with the educational touring program that presents Shakespeare's plays live during the school day, at performing arts venues across the state.
We went and the production was so beautiful and so well put together and so perfectly designed for high school students.
The Warehouse Theater's touring production is the only one in South Carolina to be part of Shakespeare in American Communities, a program of the National Endowment for the Arts in partnership with Arts Midwest. And many students attending aren't just experiencing Shakespeare on stage for the first time. They're experiencing live theater of any kind for the first time.
Come again!
Look for the queen there, ho! They bleed on both sides.
And did it cause you to think differently about the person that you were with and about yourself?
Through its applied theater programs, the Warehouse Theater helps schools approach tough issues we students face every day. It's about exploring the issues, expressing our opinions, and empowering us.
I learned that I know how to stand up for friends or other people, or even myself if someone's being bullied, or if I'm being bullied, I know how to handle the situation.
It's giving them more tools in the toolbox, so to speak, to deal with issues, the social issues that they deal with on a daily basis.
The Applied Theater Bridges to a Brighter Future classes equip high school students with the skills we need to transition into college life and programs.
I learned how to write a play because I didn't really ever write plays or anything. And so when they asked us to write a play, I didn't really know what I was doing. Now that the play is really developed, I feel like really proud of it. And I feel like I would only have been able to do it if I took that class at Breakers.
And other Applied Theater programs work with community groups, like the summer workshop with Greenville County Special Needs and Disabilities Board.
Last year we had The Odyssey, which is an epic tale about a man's journey home. And the head and spinal cord injury patients wove their stories of their difficulties of recovering from a brain injury and finding their new normal with the story of Odysseus. So you're connecting classical texts and the themes of what it means to be human with their human experience.
Thanks to the generosity of committed sponsors, the Warehouse Theater is able to inspire students and educators year after year.
One of the reasons why I advocate for this program to come to schools every year is not exclusively for the students. It is the best professional development that I can offer to my teachers.
It really deserves the sponsorships that it has because it just impacts so many students. And even if it just impacts one, I think it's worth it.
They get to experience something that they would probably never otherwise do, maybe in their whole lifetime. So thank you, Warehouse Theater, for all that you do in bringing this out to these children in the Title I schools and giving them an opportunity through your funding that they wouldn't normally have.
The Warehouse Theater educational programs aren't just about teaching students how to perform well in a classroom or on some theatrical stage. They're really aimed at helping us better prepare for success on the stage of real life.
Most of the students that I work with have no intention of becoming an actor. And so it's a way to take theater, take this art form that could seem very narrow and specific, and open it up to life experiences that are grander and greater than just being on stage.
I think most leaders or people who are at a higher position might also use improv, like in any kind of job situation, to help them project and kind of connect with the people that they have to mentor and kind of lead and guide.
As Shakespeare wrote, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. And we might add that there are some who just need the right experiences to believe it was ours to achieve.
I've learned from the Warehouse Theater how to be curious and confident and be able to stand on my own 2 feet and influence from the things around me.
They're willing to take a risk in front of their peers, in front of their friends, that they weren't willing to take 3 years ago. And it's rewarding for me personally, but I also know that it's rewarding for them because it's something that's been inside. And so when it finally comes out, oh wow, it's incredible to see.